Okay, so now I'm going to show you some basic scrap collection for our digester and also for the Earth Machine compost bin. Now, a lot of our basic leftover fruits and salads and stuff like that can actually go in either one. So if you only get a digester and you're adding your meats and dairy and proteins and cooked food, you can put all that into the digester. I have the backyard composter going and the digester, so I'm really focusing my digester on the proteins that are cooked. No oils, greases, fats, anything like that, same as the Earth Machine. But what I'm adding are, like this was a salad that had chicken in it and cheese, so I'm going to put that in there and some croutons. These are beans refried beans left over from Mexican night, and some sour cream. So we're not going to eat them. Ordinarily, this would have just gone in the garbage, which is the neat thing about it is I am now able to take that and put it into my digester. I also had a little bit of cream left over. Milk goes bad, things like that. That can go right into it. Cheese, things like that. I'm going to recycle my container. Also had an amazing sandwich. My daughter and her boyfriend brought over, but I forgot to eat. It got buried in the refrigerator. So it's got mozzarella, tomato, peppers, prosciutto. It was so good. Bread. All this can go in the digester. So I'm putting that in there. Sorry to see it go. And then I have my kitchen bucket that I use usually for my scraps from. Chase is actually, he thinks he's getting something. So what I'll put in here typically to keep moisture in my Earth Machine, I'll take black coffee that I didn't finish and I'll dump it in there. And it also helps me rinse my bucket when I go out there. And of course, one of the key components in my compost, coffee grounds. So I'll dump that into my bucket as well. So tea bags, coffee grounds, black coffee will go in the Earth Machine. No cream will go in the Earth Machine. So all I have in here looks pretty disgusting, but I've got salads, and this is from several days of collection. Plus I just went through my refrigerator and got rid of some stuff that was starting to look a little tired. So I put that in here, and now I'm going to take my ingredients for my digester and for the Earth Machine. I'm going to bring them outside, and we'll go over basically how to dump them in there and what to do next. Okay, so now I'm going to take my digester ingredients, and I'm also going to take my ingredients for the Earth Machine composter. Chase is going to watch me and make sure I do it correctly. I've got my units positioned pretty conveniently. You know, even in the middle of the winter, I can come back here, not such a long walk. You don't want to make it unbearable. I'm going to be careful when I put the ingredients into the digester. I don't want to spill stuff on the soil or have anything out here that it smells. You can look inside. Here, come on, take a peek inside, because we just installed this one. It's my first attempt in adding materials to the digester. So you see all the way down to the ground where it's buried into the basket, and we're just going to dump everything in there and wish it good luck. There are enzymes that came with it to accelerate and to get the pile going, and I'm going to add that later in the week, but I just wanted to get some ingredients in there now. Chase is checking that out. So now I have my ingredients, and this is pretty much what I do every time I go to the Earth Machine. If you look in here, yeah, sometimes you'll get some flies that come, little fruit flies that come out, and that's no big deal. They go away pretty quickly. So what I do is all week long, pretty much I dump stuff in here. Okay. Sometimes I'll use, a coffee holder, whatever. Just kind of like tap it. Try to get as much, obviously, out of there as you can. So now I have food lying around on the top. We've got a skin from an avocado, chickpeas, salad, all kinds of stuff. And what I'm going to do is, generally this is what I do, is I'll put stuff on it on top, because you don't want food lying on the top. Certainly can attract or create odors and all that stuff. So, okay, so again, I've covered up the fresh food scraps with leaves or any dried material that you have, dried grass, what have you. Maybe every week or so I'll get in there, and I've demonstrated this before with the aerator. You want to mix the material in the pile. Okay. So I've given it a decent mix. You don't have to really go crazy. You don't want to release too much of the heat. And then I'm going to add more dried material on top. Now, right now it's the fall, so you're kind of thinking winter. All winter long, we're going to add material to the pile. The best way to do that, if you're just getting started, is just to load up your bin with leaves, and then in the winter, you'll come like this. You'll dump your food scraps in, and away you go. Everything's going to freeze solid. There's not a lot going on. You don't have to worry about turning it or keeping it moist. You really just want to try to keep it full. So the more material in here, the faster you're going to make compost. The twiggy stuff, you know, try to spot stuff that you think is going to take longer to decompose and pull it out. And that's really all you have to do to get your composter filled and ready for the winter.